Hello, 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 and welcome to a Prog Reborn. My name is M. Kosler. Again, this is my progression style playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. If you don't know what that means, you can always check out the introductory video. If you happen to be in live chat, you can type in !intro. Get a link to that video. Otherwise, there's a link as well in the description below the video. If you'd like to know the next time that I do go live, the easiest and best way is to subscribe to the channel. You can also join up in the community Discord. Once again, !Discord. Get the chat bot to give you a link to that Discord as well. There is a link in the video description. You can get that to see those go live announcements. Let me turn the music down slightly. One final thing. This is not a reaction playthrough. This is not my first time playing the game. So if you are worried at all about any sort of spoilers related to the game between now and 6.55, which is the most up-to-date patch, or MSQ story. It's the most recent patch. That's the words I'm looking for the game. I may or may not, without warning, make reference to bits and pieces that my character, who is currently still mired in 2.0, wouldn't yet know. So if you are worried about it at any point, if you aren't caught up with the MSQ or don't want to get spoiled on really anything, then this is your chance to back out now. So, perfectly timed train coming through, but where were we? We were making our way through our botanist level up here, as well as attempting to get through the first wing of the first tier of the binding coils of Bahamut. I guess it's only binding coils for this first section here. So we're gonna do it again today, if I remember, and let me just double check before I get too much further. Where are we? Binding coil. I want to double check. I believe turn 3, yeah, is just literally just adds. So I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to do turn 3 and turn 4. This one go around. And then we'll leave turn 5 for another time. As well as continue on with our grind of botanist. Hopefully getting ever closer to finishing that one off. So with that, let's go ahead and get this queue going. Let's see, we want raids, group members, detail, raids, turn 3. Objective duty completion, beginners in the first time, turn 3 and turn 4 clears, synced clears, beginners welcome, quick in and out, let's have some fun. I think we're good with all of that. Last time there were people complaining about the 1 player per job, so I'm going to remove that restriction. Let's get this snipped post this in the synced Discord. Around. Cool. So while we're letting that do its thing, let's go ahead and switch. And I already, in case you were worried, because we did switch back to Dynamis at the end of our run through last stream. I did already switch back over prior to starting the stream to Aether, so got a much larger pool of candidates to work with. Alrighty, I think the next thing to do, let's check here. We need iron acorns, which I don't know where they are. Raincatcher Gully, okay. How many did so we needed? We needed 10 iron acorns. And it's also the when it has that star next to it, it means it's the bonus one, the bonus gatherer. Completely, I honestly forgot about that whole concept, so it might have been better. Not that I'm ever going to do this again, but if anybody is watching who thinks this is an interesting idea to do, it might have been better to try and level these up at the same time, and to try and level them up rather than leave them for the end like I have. Try and do them with your other leveling, because you're definitely going to get a lot of experience doing these provisioning jobs, which one helps you with your serpent seals. Hit 10, we did hit 10. I'm going to clear out the identifying these slots here. Anyways, what was I saying? By doing these and your things like your disciple of hand crafting jobs along with the MSQ run, you can just build in doing your supply and provisioning missions sort of as a daily, oh, let's get this done before we get onto the MSQ. And that's going to do a lot of the work that you need, instead of sort of tediously having to grind like I am right now. I figured that there were at least one other type of node here. We can get level 40 just from clearing out these or discovering all the nodes, or all the gathering from this. Maybe if I whiff a bunch, maybe not. There we go, level 40. Okay, now let's head back to Gridania, turn in this provisioning quest. I think what I'll do after I turn this in and complete level 40, I think I'm going to go and pick up mining and fishing so that I have access to these other provisioning quests. Do I have any expert deliveries now? This is definitely going to give me a huge boost. Yeah, it got me all the way to 45. That is a huge boost. We're going to the Botanist Guild. Buvacha wears a pensive mien. I think that's how you pronounce this. Oh, good afternoon, Em. Forgive me if I seem a bit pensive. If you must know, the thought of that our harvests are contributing to the war effort has been weighing heavy on my heart. What I truly wish is to be an agent of peace. What can a humble botanist do? In the meantime, another order has come from Yanni, this time for zucchinis in large quantities. No, I'm afraid our homegrown harvest simply will not suffice. Fortunately, they are said to grow wild and in abundance in the Lenosha region. As you travel to eastern Lenosha and harvest 20 of the finest zucchini you can find from the area south of Raincatcher Gully. When you are through, bring them here to me. I already got a couple. So let's head right on back. Raincatcher. Raincatcher Wineport. I'm trying to remember which one had the zucchinis. Okay, it was from the scythe gathering points. What do you call these? Vegetation patches. I don't even have enough to use. Oh, I only have Blessed Harvest. No, I have Blessed Harvest too, but I don't have enough GP to actually use it. Funny. With that little symbol usually means that there's some materia to extract. Our hard leather shoes here. recipe. Back to New Gridania. Are we doing in gold? We've got plenty of gold. As you travel to eastern Lenosha, harvest 20 of the finest zucchinis you can find in the area, south of Rainhitter Gully. When you're through, bring them here to me. This long, thin variety of squash earns its name from the resemblance to the horn of a mountain ram. But we're splendid zucchini. I know such succulent specimens could be found in the wild. Truly a testament to the splendor of nature, is it not? The zucchini plant is quite... Let me talk to this person. Yep. Zucchini plant is quite sensitive to humidity. One would never see them grow so large and luscious here in the Twelves Wood. Furthermore, they are quick to ripen and quicker to rot, meaning the timing is of the essence. And yet a perfectly ripe zucchini is a truly thing of beauty. It's truly a thing of beauty. Sweet enough to be savored raw, its skin retains a pleasant firm texture even when stewed. Suppose Yanni means to prepare a wholesome and hearty feast for our soldiers. I know I should take pride in serving our nation this way, but I have troubled you enough. Take your harvest to Yanni with my blessing. Fufucha assured me my 20 zucchinis were on the way. Might you be the one who took the order? Why, what a remarkable zucchini. Not seen the likes of these in quite some time. At the risk of sounding boastful, I dare say that my next batch of ratatouille is shaping up to be the tastiest Gridania has ever seen. Ratatouille is a dish that holds a special place in my heart. It was the first recipe I learned, you see, taught to me by none other than Fufucha's own mother. My father was a traveling merchant, and our family moved often when I was young. I had few friends until we moved here to Gridania, where I befriended Fufucha. Hours would I spend by her side as she rooted through her garden. After sunset, we would go inside, where my mother would whip up a ratatouille that truly warmed both body and soul. Ah, to relive those days. Wait a minute, I have an idea. This is the ratatouille that inspired me to pursue the culinarian's path from such a young age. Take a bowl to Fufucha. It seems she could use something to pick up her spirits these days. I forget what ratatouille is. Obviously it has zucchini in it. Does it have like yellow squash and like tomatoes? Look it up. Ratatouille. Actual dish. Yeah, and usually I see it prepared as like those slices. But that probably is just presentation. It doesn't necessarily have to look like that. Let's see. Where is recipe? Stewed vegetables differ wildly. Tomato, garlic, onion, courgette, which is zucchini, aubergine, eggplant, sure. Capsicum, bell pepper. I don't know if I've ever had actual marjoram. It looks great. I thank you for delivering the zucchini to Annie. I suppose she's already slaving over a hot stove, preparing a stew that'll give our warriors the stamina to fight yet another day. What's that? Annie has something for me. Just like Fufucha's old ma used to make. Why this? This is my mother's ratatouille. I always knew that Yanni loved this recipe, but I had no idea she had learned to reproduce it to such succulent perfection. Ah, this brings me back to the old days. Yes, things were so much simpler then. Now the ratatouille that once warmed our hearts after hours spent frolicking in the gardens serves to light a fire in the bellies of those who march off to war. Things never again be as they were. If it did what you're looking for. Let's see. This one looks like a pretty big upgrade. Ooh, so does this. So the boots. I think I'm gonna go with the boots. Sure. Recent developments have Fufucha feeling increasingly unsure of herself. I trust you, not only as a botanist, but as one who shares my dream of bringing peace to the forest that shelters us. The Order of the Twin Adder has commissioned from us mistletoe in staggering quantities. You will need to search in the vicinity of Camp Dragonhead in the central highlands of Kurthis. The curative properties of mistletoe make it a vital ingredient for many salves and medicines. Cannot help but fear that our guild has once more been drawn into serving this fruitless war effort. Forgive me for being a hopeless idealist, Em. Could you visit the Adder's Nest and inquire with Lieutenant Gavin as to the nature of his request? When I refuse his order, you may assure him of that. I simply wish to know. Ding, 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 ding. They said it was at Dragonhead. Is it no, it's B. Looking for mistletoe. Right over there. Oh, well, whatever. Let's get about 20 of this before I head on back. Ooh. Technically, I can't get these. But, so what I'll do is sell them. Yeah, we're at 16, so just one more. And then let's go ahead and do these mirror apples. Another thing right over here. What's the one that I need to Truth of the Forests? Oh, come on. That's so lame. So we can wait just a little bit longer. come off of cooldown. Still in queue. Go. Been about 20 minutes. Queue. I'll probably give it to 12:30. Our time, or server time, I mean, before we give up on it. So Fufucha wishes to know how the mistletoe will be used before she fills the order. It's a fair enough request. I've no intent to deceive her nor you. The mistletoe will be used to prepare medicines for the battles ahead. It's as simple as that. It will not please a pacifist like Fufucha, I know, but what can be done? Does she think we enjoy bloodshed any more than she? Were there any other way? Were there a way to bring peace back to the forest? I'd be first to welcome it. In the meantime, the Ixil continue to attack our people, and we do what we can to protect them. A single soldier, such as myself, has no more power to end this war than does a botanist. In any event, I must return to my duties. If you could harvest 20 sprigs of mistletoe and tell Fufucha that our courier will be along to receive them, the order will be in your debt. Botanist Guild. Welcome back, M. So it is as I feared. Do not worry, I will take the 20 sprigs of mistletoe. A poisonous parasitic plant which survives by attaching itself to other larger plants. It is often gathered and put on display during regional winter festivals. Thank you. You have served the guild well once more. And so the unending cycle of bloodshed goes on. Needs to say by no fault of your own. I bear no ill will to Lieutenant Gavin or his people. On the contrary, I have naught but respect for his candor, not to mention his service to my homeland. What weighs heavily on my mind is a sentiment far more simple, almost childish. I simply cannot bear to see this forest I love suffer any longer. War is inevitable, this I understand, but by aiding the war effort, we do not merely contribute to the suffering, we profit from it. No better than the parasitic mistletoe, we suck the life out of the trees that shelter us for our own personal gain. Based Fufucha. A parasite. Is that what our once proud guild has been reduced to? How can I, in good conscience, permit this to go on? Forgive me, M. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Absolutely based Fufucha. With a woolen doublet. Even if you ain't fighting on the front lines, you're contributing to the war effort. You're not just contributing, profiting from it. Alrighty, we got 2 extra folks ready to join us in turn 3. So I said what I was going to do was go and pick up the mining and fishing jobs. So let's go ahead and do that first. Fisherman's Guild. Where are you? There you are. Well, a well-wishing welcome to you, adventurer. You've worked your way to the fisherman's bottom. And you want for fish... When you want fish for just a day, you call a culinarian. We fishermen feast for life. I've set the bait. Think you're ready to bite? Looks like we've got a live one. Let me walk you through the life of a fisherman in Limsa Lamensa. As we're surrounded by the seas, the fishing sites are a fisherman's delight. You can't fish in here. If you can't fish it here, you can't fish it anywhere. While some of us rope our fish in with rods and reels, others skim the seabed with nets for creepy crawly critters. You might say we cast a wide net. People prattle about our pullers just about everywhere in Limsa. And there's much and more I haven't mentioned. We shepherd the ships, preside over the ports, and manage the mongers, all while making sure not to leave any adventurer out to sea. I'll wager you prefer to work alone, so we'll start you off with a rod and reel. Now, you may not necessarily net the numbers of net fishing yields, but pole fishing positively pulls prettier prizes. And that's the long and short of it. When you're ready for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the guildmaster. I'd hate to hear that you had a change of heart. You haven't, have you? Who would like to refer me about? Give the hello. Spoken truly like a true bespoke fisherman. Well then, it's time you meet the guildmaster. But unfortuitously, unfortunately, and somewhat ironically, our nefarious netmaster is out fishing at the moment. This moment and every moment, that is. So Sisipu tends to tend to tasks that require tending to, such as deciding whether you'll sink or swim with our guild. Sisipu's presiding over those pools. Whether you decidedly decide to say hello. She might seem somewhat standoffish, but she's only keeping an eye out for sharks. Be yourself and you have nothing to worry about. Yeah, I gotta do another female Lala voice. Yes, save your breath. I heard every word between you and the Mulika. I know she told you my role here. As she said, Wawalago's supposed to be the guildmaster, but apparently he has bigger fish to fry, so all of his work falls to me. That includes making sure our new fish aren't shellfish idiots or potential enemies. Passed the first test by not laughing at that awful joke. Now you need only the right answer to this question. Are you prepared to fish like you've never fished before? Well, you're smarter than the majority of bottom dwellers that find their way here. Welcome to the guild. Now, this wouldn't be much of a guild if we sent you out to sea with only a pole and a prayer. Suppose I can spare you a few pearls of wisdom. Nevertheless, you're still going to need that pole and a prayer, so I can at least provide you with the former. Here you go. 1 out of 2 isn't bad. I'll even throw in these lugworms, since you're not like to get far without bait. The rods we bestow upon our new fish are priceless objects, which is to say they don't cost anything. Once you know what you're doing, you'll probably want a proper one. But in the meantime, let's see if you can figure out how to hold your pole. Ready the one I gave you, and your lessons can begin. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. There it is. Not the botanist. Fisher. Reassign gear. We would like to assign you to your first task. You're looking quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now, the first rule of fishing is to hold on to your rod. Take care of your rod, and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small, and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Galadian Bay, so you can catch your meager supper without even walking 10 yalms. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait the hook with some of these lugworms I give you, and dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. Select suitable lure, the bait action, next approach, cast, hook. Fishing. Bait. Kelp. Let me switch the order. You can tell that I was doing spearfishing. Finger shrimp. Which one is the fishing log? Log. B logs. Fishing log is Y. Or kelp. Hey, finally caught an anchovy. I think when I did, well, there were two things that I did. When I was stubborn and only did fishing via provisions. I would just buy them off the marketplace to get my levels by turning them in to my grain company. And then I think I realized that ocean fishing was fun. And if not fun, it was at least active as opposed to, you know, just doing this. Fish size. They have so many just weird mechanics that they added to fishing. One more. Oh. Quick bite. No, fucking fifth anchovy. Like this, where they give you the little stool to sit on. Come on, dude. I can buy them somewhere. Finally got it. Anchovies swim off every shore of Limits Elemensa, so you can bring them back from anywhere you like, so long as it's not the fishmongers. These small saltwater fish form massive schools resembling colossal sea creatures to discourage predators from approaching. Here, Chovy. Here, Chovy. Fair flock of feisty fish you've got. Giddy guppy. Careful they don't slip out of sight. Oh, that might be, Wawalago. Wawalago, to what we owe the pleasure. A guild master's got to get after the guppies, dividing up the daily drudgery, picking out a proper potable, and some such support and service. And who gets after the guild master? We have books to balance, you know. Books you should be balancing. I did my best to balance the books, but the bilge keel bent the bow back, bouncing the whole batch off the boat. That's not what... You know, it was just an expression. But that's neither here nor there. So long as you keep at the bit, our books will balance themselves. Don't let that go to your head, of course. Anybody can snag some anchovies, but you'll need to experiment with different lures and explore new waters if you want to catch the big ones. Fundamentals are fine, but the fun is fishing for new finds. Like my uncle always said, fishing's like philandering. You never know what you'll catch. And with those well-spoken words of wisdom, we'll leave you to your wiles. Bum, 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 brum, bum. Make I just need one healer and 2 tanks, and we're go. Can't do that yet. Bigger fish to fry. Sissy Poo has a trial in mind for you. I smell that you've been neglecting your duties. It is a commendable attitude. No one's ever gotten worse at anything by practicing. No one I know, at least. Then again, you can't expect the same old tricks to work with new fish. Big ones don't grow to be that way, chasing after everything that wiggles on a hook. To catch the fish you want, you must first know what the fish wants. Only once their prize is at stake can you tantalize and tempt your prey to taste the forbidden tackle. Anchovies may be willing to settle for lugworms, but arbor herring have a discerning palate that prefers pill bugs. Take my word for it. Go and see for yourself. Pick up some pill bugs from Senil over in Wester Hawker's Alley, and use them to catch 3 local arbor herring. Like anchovies, they can be caught right outside. In case you've mind to return to your previous spot, you should know that fish aren't as foolish as most might think. Keep casting your line in the same waters, and you'll find that fewer folk will take the bait. So they want me to go to Hawker's Alley. Need to buy from this fella. Pill bugs. Let's buy like 20 of them. Switch the bait. And we can do our fishing over here. Put it just off the side here. Yes, I can. We needed the 2 exclamation points for it to be harbor herring. Zima, I think. Yeah. Should be the last one. Huh. Bring me 3 arbor herring, M. This will test both your ability to use pillbugs as bait and your ability to count. This particular variety of herring will gather in busy harbors to feed on the small sea creatures which consume the waste dumped from ships. There's nothing better than salted arbor herring. Save for perhaps fried arbor herring or grilled. No, definitely salted. You know, in the yesteryears of my youth, I used to use every fish I yanked out to yield a bigger one. A good gamble until the game got gargantuan. I guess I got greedy. Where did you? Well, sometimes it's best to throw back the big ones. Good gods, what's a guildmaster got to do to garner a rain of gratitude? Acting respectable would be a start. Respectable. I sailed the seas and snared everything that swam in them. And that would be an accomplishment if by everything that swam in them you meant fish and not lady divers. All you ever brought back were stories about carousing with trollops. But chauvinism is just a red herring. The harbor herring, or what's important, namely the lesson of thinking from the perspective of the fish when selecting bait. In that regard, I can say you truly have the mind of a fish. So here's a treat. Some of it might seem like gibberish at first, but as you make observations and jot down notes, eventually all of it will be gibberish. Well, take some time to study up, but be careful not to fry your fish brain. You'll need it for your next lesson. Cool. I think we have both of those. Let's see, what all do we need for fish? We need a crayfish. Crayfish are... You said it was Y? Here though. Crayfish are in rivers. Central Shroud. Okay. Middle Lenosha. Doesn't matter what I use, it seems. Wait, no. Bloodworms, crayfish balls, moth pupa, stem boars. So we go buy some bloodworms. Unless you just gave you. Oh, you just gave me crayfish balls. I don't need to worry about it. Let's go to Middle Lenosha. Come on. Said it would be in here. Prog River or Ageless River. There we go. Turn this bad boy in. Da. Set up as a miner. Please no more Lottofells. That's the goblet. I was like, where the hell does that go to? Well met, adventurer. You stand within the Miners Guild, a place where the seekers of the realms of mineral wealth gather. With pickaxe and sledgehammer, we miners work rock and earth, that they might yield us ores, fossils, precious stones, and more. If you have a mind to join our ranks, we'll be pleased to know that we are currently recruiting. Great riches await those with strong backs and keen eyes. Decision you will not regret. You have taken the first step toward striking it rich. If you look at the lands around Ul'dah, one will be forgiven for thinking the region barren of opportunity, but beneath the surface, the scene could not be more different. There lie veins of copper, silver, and gold beyond measure. For as long as he has dwelt in Thanalan, man has availed himself of these vast deposits, giving rise to a thriving mineral trade, which forms the foundation of our nation's prosperity. Of course, the mining trade, as it is today, owes much to an event which took place some century and a half ago, namely the Mad Mythal Rush. Never before had the Sultanate seen such an influx of migrants. Endless throngs came from lands near and far, spurred on by the dream of discovering the motherlode. Alas, a harsh reality awaited them. You see, the vast majority of these poor souls were miners in name alone, and they possessed neither the proper equipment nor the training to realize their dreams. To make matters worse, the mining concern, in who those days held absolute power, did not scruple to exploit them. Presented with a glut of unskilled labor, they proceeded to fill every tunnel to bursting, and atrocious working conditions soon became the norm. Miners were paid a pittance for back-breaking labor, and saw naught of the riches they unearthed. Pushed to the breaking point, the workers banded together to form the Miners Guild, with the aim of improving the conditions while protecting the integrity of the trade. Since then, we have sought to educate folk in correct mining practices, both to prevent accidents and to curb the impact that our trade has upon the environment. I trust you now have a better understanding of what we do. All that's left is commit your name to our role. When you are ready to do so, pray speak to me again. I shall guide you through the enrollment procedure. Here, I need to head to the restroom real quick, so give me a moment, and we'll get back to it, once I'm back. Alright, sorry about that. Let's get back to unlocking mining here. So you ready to join the Miners Guild? Annette wishes to hear from you. Yeah. Music to my ears. I am a kind made when one's pickaxe strikes gold. You must introduce yourself to Guildmaster Adalberta right away. Your approval is required if you are to be formally admitted to our ranks. In case you're unaware, Adalberta is perhaps the most accomplished of those miners who still swing a pickaxe. Her understanding of our trade is unsurpassed, and her flair for prospecting uncanny. Her brain, in short, is a veritable gold mine of knowledge, much of it concerning the mining of gold. I jest apart. Jesting apart, you stand to learn a great deal from her. When you are ready, pray present yourself to Adalberta. You'll find her down the steps yonder, over by the bar. Let's see. Probably... Well met, adventurer. Adalberta is my name, and I'm the guild master of this guild. I take it you wish to become a miner. Well, our doors are open to all who aren't afraid to work hard and get dirty. Thanks to the recent advances in refining techniques, it is now possible to smelt even low purity ores. I mention this because it's allowed us to reopen a number of mines which were long thought exhausted, prompting trade to flourish. Truth be told, with business as it is at the moment, we can't take on enough new miners, and a few folk make better miners than adventurers, you being a hardy lot. What's more, you're well traveled, which serves to expand the guild's sphere of activity. Oh, but I'm not suggesting you join solely for our benefit. For your part, you'll acquire skills that will prove to your profit. A mutually beneficial arrangement. I trust you'll agree. So what do you say? Will you join us, yes? Then I bid you welcome to the Miners Guild. May your toils never go unrewarded. Now then, here's a pickaxe to get you started. Not the newest, but it should serve a novice well enough. Go on and take it up, and see how it feels in your hands. Speak to me again when you're ready. I'll assign you a little task to help get you into the swing of things. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Now we need to put on that. Miner. Adalberta wants to assign you your first task. You look good with a pickaxe in. Now you're suitably well equipped. Your training can commence. A miner learns his craft best in the wilderness, with pickaxe in hand. Begin, let's see how you fare with a good old copper ore. Bring me, say, 10 chunks. There are deposits of the stuff throughout Thanaland, so I doubt you'll have to go very far outside the city. Seek out some promising locations near the Gate of the Sultana and the Gate of Nald and swing away. The motion may feel awkward at first, but in time it'll become second nature. Boom, 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 boom. And then what's the thing that I need here? I need copper ore as well. Let's see. Let me do this. Miner, botanist, fisher. quickly cycle through them. I want 20 since I have 10 for the quest and the provisioning job. One more. Perfect. Cock feather. Check that I have 20 ore. We're going to turn this in, then turn in the provisioning mission and call it a stream once again a little early. It's 10 chunks of copper ore I want. Metal is common enough in Fanland. Shouldn't have trouble finding suitable deposits outside the Gate of the Sultana and the Gate of Nald. A decent sized piece of rock containing the metal copper. Let's see here. 10 chunks, just as I ordered. Well done, Em. Tell me, is being a miner aught like you imagined? Harder than expected, is it? All new recruits say as much. It takes a combination of knowledge, experience, and instinct to know where to dig. And it's ultimately backbreaking labor that yields you your prize. Make no mistake, Em. Mining is grueling work. You'll be dog-tired most of your waking hours. But tell me, did you not feel invigorated each time your pickaxe struck home? Did you not experience a thrill of triumph when the earth finally yielded up your prize? That's what miners live for. You may be ripe to collapse, your face caked in weak old dirt. The promise of discovery drives you on. The instant you find what you've long sought, that sparkling instant, you feel like God among men. You made a fine start, and I would see you maintain your efforts. Practice swinging your pickaxe till your arms have learned the motion, and return here. I'll have another little task for you. Ready? Gloves. Head back to Gridania. Provisioning mission. Call it there. Cool, cool. Alrighty, so level 8 with our miner. Level, where we go? 49 with our botanist, so right there for botanist. To get our level 50 and get on to not have to worry about botanist anymore. And then level 14 with Fisher. And then it's on to the Disciple of the Hand, which we might next stream start picking some of these up just so we can have access to this these supply missions in a similar manner. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the stream on your way out, be very much appreciative. Helps out a ton with the algorithm. And if you'd like to know the next time that I do go live, you can always hit subscribe on the channel to get those go live notifications, or join the community Discord, !Discord in the live chat, or checking out the link in the video description below. Weren't able to get turn 3 and turn 4 like I was hoping, but I've got plenty of days to grind through Disciple of Hand to find the time and opportunity to get those done. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you